Yoder is a small, but a vibrant city in Kansas. If you are visiting the region, it is worth to think about spending a day or two in here. However, you will need to do it with a proper plan. That's why we thought of sharing a list of fun things that you can do in Yoder. Then you can get the most out of time that you spend in here. Take a look at the following things to do in Yoder, Kansas, and plan your visit accordingly. 1. Flint Hills. The country's biggest tallgrass prairie covers 22 counties in the state's east-central region. The Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve, created in 1996, is the only national park unit devoted to this ecosystem's natural and cultural heritage. Traverse stunning panoramas, grassland grasses, and difficult terrain. From May through October, rangers provide daily tours of an 1881 ranch home and preserve bus trips. Alternatively, you may take a multimedia tour of the Flint Hills at the Flint Hills Discovery Center in Manhattan, drive or cycle the 47.2-mile Flint Hills Scenic Byway, or attend an outdoor performance. 2. Stratica and Cosmos. An Apollo 13 command module Odyssey, a moon rock, and a German V-2 rocket are among Cosmosphere's impressive Hutchinson collection. Kids may sit in mission control and crawl into the white room where astronauts enter the spacecraft. On some evenings, the Justice Planetarium hosts free public astronomical viewings. Stratica, Hutchinson's coolest tour. Explore mining displays, ride a train through part of the mine, and view a collection of Hollywood costumes and props stored here for safety and environmental stability. When you are looking for things to do in Yoder, you may take a look at this without keeping any second thought in mind. 3. Wichita Gardens Botanica. Botanica has almost 24 themed gardens on 9 acres with over 3,600 plant types. The grounds are dotted with sculptures and waterways. Included on this list are the Butterfly and Sensory Gardens as well as the Jane Milburn Aquatic Collection. 4. Brown v. Board of Education. Exhibits at the Brown v. Board of Education National Historic Site in Topeka highlight the decision's background and significance. The Old Monroe Primary School, one of Topeka's 4 African American elementary schools, is readily walkable for an hour or more. 5. Cattleman's Wichita. Cattle dominated in Wichita, Kansas, before the aviation sector took off. It's hard to imagine Wichita before more than 1 million longhorns were herded to Chisholm Trail railheads. Old Cow Town, on the old Chisholm Trail, recreates an 1880s town. Visit for special events like old-time baseball games, shootouts, and chuck wagon meals. 6. Refuges in Great Bend. 2 of North America's most vital wetlands are near the Arkansas River hamlet of Great Bend in Kansas. Untamed West, population, 15,000. The Cheyenne Bottom State Wildlife Area and Quivira National Wildlife Refuge each spring attract about 25% of North American shorebird migration east of the Rockies, pictured. Many species of birds may be seen along trails, causeways, and back roads. Tour booklets are provided at both gates. This 77-mile scenic byway links these 2 major preserves. 7. Lawrence's Zany Mood. Kansas City's West Side college town of Lawrence has a vibrant downtown with eateries, coffee shops, and a historic hotel. The Robert J. Dole Institute of Politics, on the KU West campus, has displays chronicling the life of this Kansas native and KU alum. This is also a popular attraction among people who look for things to do in Yoder. 8. Wilson Park. Mountain bike trails with 40-foot drop-offs dispel the misconception that Kansas is flat. Cyclists travel the 25-mile Switchgrass Trail at Wilson State Park, 15 miles southwest of Sylvan Grove. 9. Museum of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Abilene was a cow town near the Chisholm Trail's conclusion, a cattle trail from Texas. It is well known as Dwight D. Eisenhower's hometown. Eisenhower's childhood house is a museum, along with his library and place of meditation burial. 10. Explore Swedish ancestry. Lindsborg, founded in 1869 by Swedish immigrants, celebrates and provides all things Swedish: art, festivals, history, and cuisine. Find beautiful Dala horses and other handmade Scandinavian gifts and imported cuisine at Hemslöjd. Old Mill Museum's buildings depict life from the 1800s through the 1920s. Svenskillningsfest, Lindsborg's yearly homage to Swedish pioneers, includes food, music, and entertainment. 11. Front Street and Boot Hill. To learn more about Dodge City, check out its museums and rodeos. Visit the Long Branch Saloon, watch gunfights on the boardwalk, stroll through the Boot Hill Cemetery, see nightly variety acts, and learn about cowboys, gunslingers, and lawmen. During late July and early August, Dodge City Days include a rodeo, barbecue contest, and Western Parade. 12. Frontier Fort Scott. Fort Scott National Historic Site maintains 20 structures from Kansas frontier past. Axe marks from 1770 are seen on beams. Visit at a special event to see reenactors. The adjacent National Cemetery is one of President Abraham Lincoln's few national cemeteries. Fort Scott is on the Frontier Military Scenic Byway, which follows US 69 south from Kansas City to Oklahoma. 13. Waco Museums. Wichita, Kansas's biggest city, has an intriguing historical balance, represented in its diversity of museums. Early pioneers of the city's aviation industry were Clyde Cessna, Walter Beach, and Lloyd Stearman. The Kansas Aviation Museum, housed in the old Wichita Municipal Airport Terminal, is a great place to learn about the area's aviation history. The Old Cow Town Museum recalls Wichita's early raucousness, while the Mid-America All-Indian Center celebrates Indian culture. Glasswork, both ancient and modern, is well represented in the Wichita Art Museum. Exploration Place has 2 flight simulators and other interactive displays. Ivan, a T-Rex skeleton, is on exhibit in the Museum of World Treasures. 14. Kansas Geology. A small detour off I-70 leads to stunning scenery in Kansas. Rare rocky wonders, Niobrara chalk formations, protrude out of the plains. More than 30 miles of Kansas Main east-west road pass through Monument Rocks, Castle Rock, Mushroom Rock, Rock City, and other picturesque areas. Among these is Little Jerusalem Badlands State Park, 28 miles south of Oakley along I-70. 15. Explore Wamego. Wamego, Kansas, is noted for its Oz Museum, one of the world's biggest privately held collections of Oz artifacts from the iconic 1939 film. There's also the Columbian Theater Museum and Arts Center, a restored 1800s opera theater, and Oz Winery, with wines like Run Toto Run and Witch in a Ditch. 16. Kansas State House. The Copper Dome Topeka structure took 37 years to construct. Free history tours are available today, as are dome tours, 296 stairs to the top, no elevator. The Kansas State Capitol is home to a disputed unfinished collection of paintings by John Stoyart Curry. 17. Atchison, Kansas, Amelia Earhart's birthplace and museum. Amelia Earhart helped make her community famous. Visit the Amelia Earhart Birthplace Museum, a Gothic revival cottage built by her grandparents. Halloween trolley tours educate about local history. 18. Visit the Kansas City Sports Center. Kansas City is where the Missouri and Kansas rivers meet, where the Kansas City Monarchs play. NACA races at the racetrack and the Monarchs play baseball at Legends Field. Fans may also see Sporting KC at Children's Mercy Park. 19. Visit the nearby zoo. Visit a zoo and a wildlife exhibit with fascinating animatronics just west of Salina, Pop. 49,500. Tram travels around the 65-acre preserve with over 100 species at Rolling Hills Wildlife Zoo. Hundreds of mounted animals and mechanical human robots fill a museum. 20. Spend a day at the Cheney Park. Cheney Reservoir, 35 miles west of Wichita, provides water, sand, and sunlight. Sailboats speeding over brilliant blue water, under the bright blue dome of the prairie sky, are one of Kansas' most spectacular, and shocking, images. Final words. Now you have a good understanding of how you will be able to spend your day in Yoder. Yoder is a small town and you will only have to spend a day in it. However, you may still find a large number of tourist attractions in the surrounding neighborhood. Therefore, people who look for places to explore in and around Yoder will never end up with anything to be disappointed about. You may take a look at the different attractions available and secure the most out of experiences that you can get. Hence, you will never regret about the time that you spend to come all the way to Yoder.